America's top spies and much of the rest of the world have long concluded that Russia sought to interfere in last year's presidential election. But President Trump hasn't always been so ready to agree. Now, as Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen reports, the president and his top diplomat are changing their tune.
Meeting with Russia's foreign minister on the sidelines of the ASEAN summit in Manila, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson said he spent much of the time emphasizing the gravity of Russia's meddling in last year's presidential election.
How seriously it had damaged the relationship between the U.S., the American people, and the Russian people, that this had created serious mistrust between our two countries.
Tillerson's comments are the latest, signaling that the Trump administration no longer questions Russia's complicity. Throughout the transition and his early months in office, the president danced around it like Muhammad Ali.
I think it was Russia, but I think we also get hacked by other countries and other people.
By June 23rd, he appeared to concede the point in a tweet that referenced election meddling by Russia. But 2 weeks later, he seemed unsure again.
You again say you think it was Russia. Your intelligence agencies have been far more definitive. They say it was Russia.
I agree. I think it was Russia, but I think it was probably other people and or countries.
Most important, when President Trump signed sanctions on Russia and other countries into law last week, he used a signing statement to challenge the constitutionality of several passages. But he left unmentioned the finding embedded in Section 211, Part 6, which enshrined into law the conclusion of the U.S. intelligence agencies that Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered an influence campaign in 2016 aimed at the United States presidential election.
And what the United States has done since 1945, from a defense and national security perspective, is prevent great power conflict for really an unprecedented period of time.
In comments to MSNBC, the White House National Security Advisor said his mandate from his boss is to counter Russia's, quote, destabilizing behavior here in Europe and elsewhere, while still seeking avenues for collaboration, such as the fragile ceasefire in southwest Syria that can potentially improve Washington's relationship with the Kremlin.
It's at bottom, right? It's at its nadir, right? So, but there are still areas where interests overlap, and to look for areas of cooperation.
To one development reflecting this new low in relations, Moscow's announcement in response to the sanctions law that it is expelling hundreds of U.S. diplomats. Tillerson said the United States plans to have its response ready by September 1st, which is more than a month after the expulsions were announced, Brett.
James, we often deal with speculation in the Beltway, but the Beltway's been buzzing with speculation that General McMaster, National Security Advisor, may be pushed out or may leave the National Security Council. What's the latest there?
Well, Brett, of course, this is not the first time this kind of speculation has focused on General McMaster. He did take advantage of the change in White House Chief of Staff to send 3 NSC staffers packing. That prompted a backlash among conservative news outlets and pundits, including Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham, who challenged the general's usefulness, even his loyalty. Sources familiar with McMaster's thinking say he is interested in attaining a 4th star, possibly through another tour of duty in Afghanistan. In a statement late Friday, President Trump said, and I quote, "General McMaster and I are working very well together. He is a good man and very pro-Israel. I am grateful for the work he continues to do serving our country." And sources told me that McMaster's own disapproval with the way things were being run was alleviated by the appointment of General Kelly as Chief of Staff. Brett.
Okay, James, thank you.